George, welcome. Glad to have you here. So you're going to be coming to Modesto, which we love having you. I'm curious. You've been doing stand-up for, how many years now? You've been hugely successful. What is it that keeps you coming back to the stage? Because you've done TV, you've done all kinds of stuff. What is it about the stage that has you back there with the microphone?
That's a great question. You know, when I was growing up, my grandfather raised me, and one thing he did say that I was lazy pretty much for the first 16 years of my life. And I started doing stand-up June 4th of 1979, and I want to go until 2029 because, you know, my grandfather's been gone a long time. But that would mean 50 years at something that I really love to do. I mean, he tried to get me to rake the front and backyards. I never did it in the same day. But to actually stick with something for 50 years that I really love and enjoy, I mean, there's no better time to be a comedian than currently, you know, now, I believe. So I haven't lost the desire to make people laugh or the joy of making people laugh.
You, as we mentioned, you've been making people laugh for years. My favorite stand-up of yours is Why You Crying? And I also love the fact that Richard Pryor was one of your heroes in comedy.
Well, I will say that Richard Pryor was, I think, someone that, to say an idol is not enough. I mean, I was glued to his Long Beach special. I did Why You Crying in Long Beach, and I just maybe a month and a half ago, went back to Long Beach 20 years later to do the same special that I did in 2005. That could potentially be a tour as well. But and then I was responsible for getting Richard Pryor's statue to be completed in Peoria, Illinois. It's sat half done, and you know, as a Latino, I think my grandfather would have been proud. I could never leave anything half done. So we went back with some friends years ago. That statue's been up there maybe, I think, like 10 years now. And nothing, my daughter, but second to that is Richard Pryor's statue up in Peoria, Illinois.
You mentioned your daughter. You famously had the show Lopez versus Lopez with her. It just recently had its final season. As you look back, what was that experience like working with your little girl professionally?
I have to tell you, every day I would look at her and I would see her at different points in her life. You know, I saw her when she was born. I would see her as a 3-year-old, 5-year-old, a 10-year-old little girl, and into this woman. It was really great. I mean, I would have loved, you know, we all love for the show to continue, but I have 45 wonderful half hours. I consider maybe home movies that, unfortunately, because I was put in charge of the video recorder, every time we were going to use it, it was always the battery was almost gone. So I made up for it by having these 45 wonderful little home movies of our life. Oh,
that's so good. I love the stories that you tell about your family members. Does your family think that you're funny? Because we think you're hilarious.
Well, I don't think anybody thought it was funny ever, but I mean, it's just so much of how many times can you hear, oh, George, he's not funny. I was the one that couldn't remember, not him. You know, I was the one that if anybody deserves a star in the Walk of Fame, it's me, not him. You know, so I mean, it's family, but also I think that some of the best times people ever have in their lives is being able to laugh at things that happen, you know, when your family all gets together.
Yeah, nobody's ever less impressed by you than your own family. I have to tell you that after all these years, I still, if I go for a run and I'm out of breath, I still say, I can't breathe.
I could dig a hole to the middle of the earth and come back up with a shovel and sit down and go like this, and my grandmother go, hey, it must be nice.
Must be.
So good. You can catch George Lopez live and in person at the Gallo Center Theater for the Arts in Modesto. It's coming up on Saturday, June 28th. All the tickets are available, and we're going to link all the information to our website, gooddaysacramento.com, under show info and today's date. George, an icon in comedy.
Yes, indeed.
We appreciate you for your time. Okay, so clearly we didn't do that today, right? That was last week that we recorded that.
What are you talking
George
about?
had a busy schedule. But are you wearing the same pants too?
Wearing the exact same thing. Listen. We work 5 days a week. I have 5 outfits.
Stop. That's not true. That's not okay.
It is true.
You have more than 5. Are you wearing the same pants for me?
Somebody reach out to George Lopez's people and find out if he's wearing the same thing today, too.
Oh, man. You have more than 5 outfits.
If I start wearing workout clothes in here, I have more workout clothes than I do work clothes. You know why?
Why?
Because I've got a whole other section of the closet that's aspirational. Stuff that used to fit,
Yeah.
or I bought and it's a little snug.
Well, just pull up that,
So
that
one day,
animation.
when I finally look like the picture we're using for our
Exactly.
graphic
that
today,
as
where we're asking to
motivation.
see her, then you'll see all kinds of new clothes.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Well, we're
instead,
gonna
I'm
keep
just
hope alive.
stuffing myself into these like a sausage.